Hey y'all, so I like to reflect when I come to do such stuff and I like nature. But okay, so quick story. The last time that I did one of these mountain things was last year in July. And I haven't been doing it for a long time because I have been afraid. And the reason why I'm afraid is the last time that I did it, okay, I'll do it in the next story. So the last time that I did it was last year, and I went to Mount Tambourine, and my car died. After that trip, my car. So it was on a Saturday, I think. Then Sunday, my car was okay. Monday, my car died, and it never woke up, and that's how I lost my car. And so my biggest fear has been, what if I come and subject my car to such stuff, to this trip, and then it fails again? So yeah, what if the car that I have right now does the same thing? So I come to this mountain to explore and then I lose another car. And so I think I have PTSD because I really loved that car. But I should have known because it was 15 years. At that time it was about 15 or 17 years and it was time to go. It was time for me to say goodbye. But I was holding on to dear life. So the fear of failure has been studied and it's called atikiphobia. Atikiphobia is the serious irrational fear of failure, not the kawaida anxiety or nervousness, but the serious fear that holds you back or that limits you from doing stuff. And some of us, or most times even me, I have a fear of doing something the second time because the first time that I did it, it did not work out. And so for me, it's coming to these mountain trails because my last car failed. But what if it's the fear of getting into a relationship because the last relationship that you went in, you were ghosted or you were cheated on? What if it's the fear of starting a business because the last business that you did failed even before you started it? Or maybe it's the fear of applying for a job because you failed and you did not get the job from the last interview that you went to. So we all have different fears and you can fill in the blanks of whatever your fear is. But what if that fear of failing because the first time you did something you failed is limiting you from success? And that's what I've been thinking about, and I was like, I will not. I really love nature and I really love exploring these mountain hiking trails, and I am not doing it because I'm very afraid of possibility of failing, you know. So two things that I've learned or that I am learning that I was thinking about when I was driving is one, give yourself grace. It's fear, it's rational, unless it's irrational, but it's fear, it's rational. You have fear because the last situation failed or you are hurt or you lost money. It's a reasonable fear and you need to give yourself grace if you're struggling with fear from something that you have done before that did not work. Lesson number two is you have to be ready to shake off that fear. So whatever you need to do so that you cannot have that fear again. If you failed in an interview, what if you need to seek out a career counselor to help you succeed in the next interview? If you failed at a business, you learned some lessons that will help you in the next business venture. If you failed at a relationship, you have some lessons that will help you see the red flags. So you need to shake that fear by so the way you shake that fear is recognizing that you have fear and then working towards like making steps so that the same situation that you were in when you failed last time, you're not in the same situation. For example, now with me driving this time, I made sure that my car had gone for service before I did the drive so that any red flag in my car that could be avoided can be avoided before I fail again. And fear gives birth to regret. So and right now it might be fear and it might be temporary, but if you don't do it a few weeks from now, a few months from now, a few years from now, it will birth regret. And fear is like a common cold, ni homa, utapata itaisha, but regret is like HIV and AIDS, you're gonna live with it forevermore. So you have to shake off that fear before it turns to regret.